Or making video. I will, but we need to make this video first. That was my aunt, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to intro this video. My 200th video. What a way to kick it off. Yeah, so if you didn't hear me right, this is my 200th video. I just want to say thank you to all 50 of... Thank you to all 50 of my viewers. Well, that's what it feels like. Oh, and thank you for such glorious comments as... You're a fucking faggot. And you love the Nintendo 64, but you can't fuck a woman. So thank you for leaving comments like that. I really fucking hate them. So anyway, but of course, there's my true viewers, the ones that actually enjoy my work. Seriously, there's people that enjoy my videos, yes. Hard to believe, but yes. So, all these years of flushing a toilet, and to think that this all started with me, the Gaming Guitarist, being shut down by YouTube for copyright restrictions because I was playing GTA 4. So I started back, and then I climbed my way back up to the ladder of non-infamy on YouTube. So yeah, thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your continuing support. And to all those assholes, fuck off. So pretty much, how am I going to do this 200th video? Well, we're going to start, well, right here I've got my good buddy, Bruce Parker.
Yep.
And how long have we known each other, Bruce?
About, almost 15 years, I think.
God damn.
Yeah, almost.
See? A teenager, that's how long we've known each other. As a middle-aged teenager.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. And you guys are saying, he's your only friend. You know what? No comment. Anyway, so pretty much how we're going to start this off is this is just going to be a non-formal conversation between my good buddy Bruce and me. And we're going to talk about our story as gamers.
While we're looking at the camera.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be talking to you guys too. You know?
Yeah. So this is pretty much the backstory of how the gaming part of Mr. Gaming Guitarist got to be. So, I'll just tell you guys how I got into gaming. It was Christmas 1997. I'll never forget this. There was a Christmas tree, and there was a Christmas tree. I already said that. And below there was this big-ass box. Huge, big-ass bow. I said, oh my god, this box is so dabachoy. You might be asking, what the fuck is that? That means fat in Filipino, or Tagalog, however way you look at it. That means that this box is so huge. So, yeah, it's just ginormous. What is this monstrosity of a present? And I mean that in a good way. I open it up, and little did I know, this little black box of joy will be the start of my life as a gamer. It was the Nintendo 64, and I remember having some extra games in the stocking, and I remember, and I got an EA Sports game, I don't know which one it was, and this was before EA turned to complete shit, and I just had the cartridge, and it said, and I remember those EA Sports commercials, and I remember imitating them. Oh, I finally have an EA Sports game. And yeah, and then I had Mario Kart 64, and then I also had Kobe Bryant NBA Courtside, and we actually played those two again recently. It was really fun.
What about Super Mario 64? Well, that comes with it, right? Or?
No, I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Did
you get it though?
Yeah, eventually got it later, but it was Mario Kart 64, and I remember playing it on, this guy with a huge-ass mustache and a red hat with a letter M, and who's this fat pink bitch with blonde hair, Peach, playing as her, you know?
Are you sure it isn't just the dress that makes her look fat? I mean... Yeah, it is, because we've seen her without the dress in later games or something like that.
And she's lost some weight. Why are we talking about Peach? Anyway.
Well, we're trying to sell things, you know. She's not fat.
Oh yeah, like I said, this is a conversation. Oh, well, yeah. But Mario is fat.
Yeah. And then Luigi's just tall.
and everyone hates him.
Yeah.
But I don't. I like Luigi. I don't get the hate that he gets. But anyway, so yeah. So that was how I first got started with gaming. Mario Kart 64, my first game ever. Loved it. I was hooked ever since. And so pretty much, yeah, so we'll end my chapter for there. But I just want, but first, Bruce is here. He's not sitting here. He's not sitting in the background. We're here to talk to him. So Bruce, how did you get started in gaming? What was your first game? How did you get into gaming? How did it all start for you?
Well, obviously, it was also the N64.
Uh-huh. And what year was it?
I don't even remember. I don't even remember if I got it on Christmas or for my birthday. I just remember playing it.
Wow, and the person that remembers every date in history, you don't know when you got your N64? Fail on you.
Well, I mean, obviously I was really young. It was probably at least 1 year later, maybe 2 years later. And Super Mario 64 was my first one. I know that for sure because I played it a lot. And I do remember I had like 3-4 controllers at the time. I think it was 4. Mm-hmm. But nowadays I just have 2, unfortunately. But I do know that I rented Donkey Kong 64. I do remember that. And I guess there was something wrong with my 64 when I was trying to play it. And then I was like, man, I just want to play it. And then my dad's trying to fix it and everything,
And it turns out you needed an expansion pack.
Mm-hmm.
And when was this? When Donkey Kong 64 was still new?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just when it came out. And I remember the cartridge being yellow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and once we got the expansion pack,
I rented Donkey Kong 64 at Hollywood Video. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And I remember they had the cartridges in VHS cases.
Yeah.
And it had an expansion pack, and it said to remove the expansion pack, use a spoon.
Yeah.
And that's how I did it.
I mean, that's
but many years later, Bruce got. I never said that. He got an expansion pack later on when he got Perfect Dark.
He calls me Keanu because he thinks I look like Keanu Reeves sometimes, and I don't even know why. But yet again, The Matrix is one of my favorite films, so there you go. Neo. I was a big fan of Neo. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, Keanu.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Although he is a bad actor, I don't even know why.
He was okay in The Matrix.
Well, yeah, The Matrix, but, I don't know.
He had Henry's Crime.
Yeah.
That was okay. That was
so we were talking about the expansion pack and Donkey Kong and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I remember playing it. I was having a fun time with it, but yeah, I do remember it being hard, as a lot of people know. And I actually do remember owning a few M-rated games, like Mortal Kombat Trilogy.
And this is the advantage that that Bruce had, is that he got to play M-rated games before me, and I thought M-rated games were the devil back then. I thought these are for bad people, these games, But then eventually, of course, we'll get into that later on. But because we're still in our N64 days.
Yeah.
And I remember though I
remember renting Turok 2.
And
my mom got me Turok 2.
Did she know what it was?
Yeah. I mean, it says M on. I don't know. I guess she didn't really mind us playing M games. I don't even know why.
Yeah, but my dad cared.
Mm-hmm. So I got Turok. I even played the South Park game, but my controller was actually messed up when I was trying to play
South Park game sucked.
It pissed me off. Not only did it suck, but it pissed me off because the controller wasn't working, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I eventually had to get rid of it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do remember renting some M-rated games. I never got Conquer. I almost did, but then the Blockbuster lady, that's where I got my games, she was like, he can't rent this. It's too
what game was
mature.
It?
Conquer's Bad Fur Day. That's how bad it was, even though it was M-rated.
Was your mom with you?
Yeah.
Oh, and they still wouldn't let you play it?
Nope.
God damn.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, but that was the last game for the N64, relatively.
That was one of the last times I tried renting an N64 game.
Yeah, but I remember the last N64 game I ever got was Mickey Speedway USA.
Which my brother actually got.
And I'm a fucking dumbass because I traded it in because I needed money to buy a game for my GameCube.
Same here.
That's what I did with a lot of my N64. That's something I regret because when you're young and stupid, well, hey, we're still young and stupid, but
everyone was young and stupid.
Yeah. See, the thing is, you don't understand the value and sentimental values of something when you're a bit older, and now, yeah.
Yeah. So I got rid of that game.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a Tom and Jerry fighting game.
I still find it hard to believe that was made.
I was actually really fun, but yeah, I got rid of that one too. I had to get rid of Trilogy. I used to own the Castlevania game for the 64. That one. Yeah, not the best one, but I had fun with it for what it was. But
the best
I never
one
got far.
came out on the PS1 at that time.
Mm-hmm. I had to get rid of that one too.
Speaking of,
there was a lot of N64 games I got rid of. Unfortunately, I just lost too many.
Look at this. We have a PlayStation controller because he got one.
And we might as well get to that now because we pretty much run the N64.
Yeah, I know that. See, good segue.
So. You know, as I was...
So how did you get a PS1, Bruce?
Well, at the time when I was trading away a lot of these N64 games, I eventually got interested in getting a PlayStation 1. And I actually
when was this? Do you know when this was?
2001, 2002.
Yeah, I mean, this was when the PS1 was dead.
Mm-hmm.
You were pretty
I mean...
You were late to the party. Everyone already left.
Actually, Just Wrestling came out with it at the time. It was...
Oh, yeah, it was literally called the PS1.
And it was the new model was smaller. Although, let's face it, it's easier to, take around. It was very lightweight.
Yeah, and I have some history with Sony, too, but we'll get into that much later.
But I think it only allowed 2 players, which really sucked.
No, the PS1, it never had 4 players.
Oh, that's right. But yet it's so big, the original PlayStation box.
Yeah.
Anyway, so... Yeah, I got the PS1. I remember getting demos for it, which were really fun. I actually have 2 of them with me right now. The first one I got, though, that came with it, I don't know where it is.
I also remember seeing old commercials for PS1 games, like seeing the first Resident Evil, Castlevania Symphony of the Night, which is arguably one of the best Castlevania games.
Yeah. So I got Monsters
and
Incorporated.
of course, Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, Metal Gear Solid.
I love the Metal Gear games.
I never really knew about it all that much until
we finally figured out how badass Snake is.
Yeah. Well, I saw a trailer of it.
You're a genius, Hideo Kojima.
I saw a trailer of it on one of the demo discs, and I was like, wow. But that was about it.
That game was also really innovative for the fourth wall. Because the villain, Psycho Mantis, he said, put your controller on the floor.
Yeah.
And he said, I will make it move with my mind, when it was really just the vibrating feature and it moves around.
A lot of the PlayStation 1 games I bought...
And in order to beat him, you had to plug your controller into port number 2.
Really?
Yeah, so that he couldn't control you.
Which is really interesting. Most of the games I got for the PS1 weren't really that valuable.
You had a Monsters Incorporated game.
Yeah. That's the one when you had to scream a bunch of robots or something like that. I mean, it was fun, but I don't think I would have a lot of fun with it if I were to play it now. Well, maybe I would, I don't know. I also got Scooby-Doo Cyber Chasers game. I had a lot of fun with that, but I almost beat the game, but I never got all the way through it. So a lot of the games I had Spider-Man, which I played originally on the N64, I rented. And then Spider-Man 2, which I got because... I actually got Spider-Man 2 first, and then I got Spider-Man.
Damn, how long has this video been going on?
Really? You're going to say that during the video?
I don't care. This can go on for an hour. I don't give a shit.
So, a lot of the games I had for the PS1 weren't even that valuable. But, like I said, I pretty much got rid of most of them.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks a little bit, but they weren't really that valuable. It's not like it was Metal Gear Solid or Crash Bandicoot or Spyro. It wasn't any one of those, so I'm not really that disappointed about that. But, it was fun while it lasted. It didn't last long because I got a GameCube less than a year after that.
Okay, alright. So, next chapter. The 2000 to 2006 console generation. Okay, pretty much...
Or 2005 if you count the 360, which came out.
Okay.
Might as well.
Well, yeah. All right. So pretty much how this happened was I could see my reflection on the TV going into the back of the camera. That's something that Conan O'Brien would say. Anyway, what were we talking about? I'm an old 81-year-old man. What? 81, 18.
Well, you got it in.
Okay.
Did you get the same
let me get to the story. So pretty much how I ended up going to the GameCube was I remember going to Best Buy and I wanted to buy some N64 games, and oh yeah, I had NASCAR 2000 also, and I sold that. God damn you, my 4-year-old self.
Which game you traded away? NASCAR. That's
NASCAR 2000 and Rugrats Scavenger Hunt. I remember that. I love Rugrats.
Oh man.
And I also rented a Tetris game that I was crying at because I could never win because I sucked balls at Tetris. Oh. Anyway, that's enough N64. I know. I love it. I want to fuck it, but never mind. Why did I say that? Anyway, so we were at Best Buy. I wanted to buy some N64 games, and then I noticed it wasn't there anymore. Everything was gone. I was like, what's going on? And this is because my 6-year-old dumbass version of myself had no idea that it's a new generation, and I would learn about how all this stuff works much later on. But pretty much, I had no idea what was going on. My dad returned some things, and then I was asking my daddy, Daddy, when are we going to get a new game? There's no more new games for the N64! And then my dad said, well, Jaron, there's these new consoles out, you see, and and it's so yeah, there's these new consoles coming out. Oh, really? Yeah. So, okay, so I'm gonna have to get a new console, am I right? Yes, son, you are right. So pretty much, that's what the 6-year-old version sounded like. It sounded like Mickey Mouse's dick up Woody Woodpecker's ass. Anyway, I'm sorry for being very graphic, but whatever.
So what did you get it?
Okay, so pretty much, at first I was going to get an Xbox.
Yeah.
And actually, if I remember this right, I have a journal entry of this. Oh shit! Everything's falling apart.
Don't waste time.
Yeah. Oh, it's right here.
That was quick.
You entertain our audience.
Unlike him, I was aware of the new consoles that were coming out.
This, ladies and gentlemen, get a good close-up on that bitch. Yeah, this is the journal I had in 2000, 12 years ago. And, I had a little lock.
That's a girl's diary right there.
Because you see...
Do you remember what page it was?
It was somewhere in here.
Probably should prepare yourself. Well, I was aware of the new consoles, and, knowing my love for Nintendo, and then I had an N64.
Alright, so pretty much what happened was I was going to get a brand new console. And, I was going to get... And so I was deciding... What should I get? GameCube, PS2, Xbox? And for some weird reason, I just randomly shouted Xbox! But then, I almost sounded like I said Sexbox. But anyway, so we went to Best Buy, Game Crazy, and I was going to decide what console do I want to get. And so how exactly was this going to turn out? Well, let my 8-year-old self from October 30th, 2002 tell you. Today, my family and I went to Hollywood Video's Game Crazy. While I was there, it was a battle between video game stations. It was a battle of Nintendo GameCube and PlayStation 2. And Nintendo GameCube was the winner, and I'm going to get one for Christmas.
You didn't even mention Xbox in there.
And by that time, I forgot all about the Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
I know, this thing has a fucking lock on it. With all these jeweled beetles.
That's girly.
So, at the time I didn't know it because I'm dumb.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so pretty much I got a GameCube, and the game that I was playing, switching out between the two, and the one main selling point, Super Smash Brothers Melee. So I remember Christmas, I almost wasn't going to get it, and my mom, because I think I was being bad for some weird reason, and my mom said, "So what, Jaron? Yeah, say goodbye to your GameCube, kiss your GameCube goodbye." And then there was like and I remember I wanted the Platinum Silver one at the time.
Yeah.
And so, and I was crying. I thought, oh no, I'm not going to get this GameCube. So then I eventually got the GameCube on Christmas of 2002. And I remember I played Super Smash Brothers Melee for like 5 hours straight. And the weird thing is, my kitchen had a table in it.
Oh yeah, he.
Oh yeah, my video game. My games were at the kitchen.
Yeah, they were in the kitchen.
When was the last time you ever heard of something so stupid?
And the worst part, it was a small TV and everything.
No, it was a 20-inch.
Oh, that's pretty small nowadays.
I know, but back then that was pretty average.
That was all right. Yeah.
But now we have this big ass 46-inch LG HD TV.
I can imagine him like
you would almost see. Did you ever? Whenever you would. Oh, okay. I know. So then, what happened was we went to.
I won't be surprised if he gets an HD TV in his future kitchen in his future house, just for the hell of it. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. So he can have one in the bathroom for all he wants, but a kitchen, you don't see that a lot.
No.
Oh wait, well, yeah, actually, yeah.
So when did you? So and that was the one game I got. I had that and NBA Street, and that was when my dad, he played with me too, when he first realized the vibration feature, and he said, like, I remember he was just playing, NBA Live 2003, which I fucking sold, and then, he was playing, and then it's like, what the fuck was that? That was...
he wasn't really familiar with the Rumble Pack from the 64.
I didn't even know it existed.
Yeah.
And then they said, oh, see, controllers vibrate now, Daddy. Oh, I see. Well, that damn thing almost gave me a fucking heart attack.
The thing about vibrating controllers is that adults, when they hear that, they think vibrator. Because it's like, this is... Yeah.
But then I did eventually get...
He eventually got...
NBA
Live.
Which we will play later.
Yeah. So I don't know what he's crying about. Oh, 2003. No. 2004, man.
I remember, this was a really good one.
Vince Carter, man.
This was before the 2K, NBA 2K games weren't better than the NBA Live games, because back then NBA Live was the fucking shit.
Yeah, they were still pretty good. Keep on talking.
Okay, so
LeBron James is in here. So this was his rookie year, my guess. So
2003.
Yeah, you get to play as LeBron in this game. It's amazing how long he's been in the league. He's been in the league for almost 10 years now.
Hard to believe.
Yeah, but he's still really young because he got in the league around the same age that Kobe got in the league.
Save it for our upcoming
Speaking of Kobe, this is the year they went to the finals, only to lose to the Pistons. But this was still a really good team, and it was interesting. Karl Malone and Gary Payton were on this team, and that was kind of a desperation.
They left
move.
the Sonics?
Well, one of them left the Sonics, and of course Karl Malone was with the Jazz. It was kind of a desperation. Oh my God, we won a ring. Let's go to the Lakers, and it didn't work out. But it was fun. It was a fun season. Obviously, that was the season with the .4 shot by Derek Fisher. Oh my God!
It amazes me how much this guy remembers so much about sports.
Yeah. So yeah. He got this game around this time. He also got NASCAR, which
Thunder 2005, which I also sold.
He had a wheel with it too, and
I still have that. Though.
It was fun. We only played it like a few times. Actually, we played it with Batman Begins. Yeah, because driving missions.
I'm Batman. I'm driving the Batmobile.
It was pretty fun. I was like, ugh.
Now, okay, so you got your game. So how did you get your GameCube?
It was easy. Christmas 2002. Bam.
Oh, I got it around the same time as me. What were the first games you got?
Now, the first game I got was the Spider-Man, the movie game, right? And the funny thing is that the day before Christmas, obviously Christmas Eve, my grandma, or as I call her, my Meemaw, she actually gave it to me the day before Christmas. She wasn't the one who got me the GameCube, but she knew that I was getting the GameCube, so she just went ahead and got me the video game of the Spider-Man film. You know what I mean? Because I'm a big Spider-Man fan still. I mean, I was back then, and I still am now, even though it might not seem like it. And and she got it for me, and I was really happy, but I knew I couldn't play it until a few hours later. And I remember when I opened it for the first time, I got the regular, whatever, blue, purple-ish one. The original color.
You want to know what I just found out? You were, like, in the corner of the video the whole time.
That's alright. I mean,
because we're low budget like that.
Yeah, I mean, you can still hear me. So yeah, and I was playing Spider-Man just non-stop. Now, later on in the years, I would get such games as Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, which is really good, Star Fox Adventures, which I could swear
I
I got.
Getting Star Fox Assault.
Yeah. I remember getting Star Fox Adventures the next Christmas, of 2003. I had...
True Crime Streets of LA.
Yeah, he got that. I'm trying to remember what games I got. I don't think I got any Super Mario games, though, surprisingly. And I know that a lot of them came out on the GameCube. But, I did get Def Jam Vendetta, actually, which is funny. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I was a fan of that.
I got the second one and traded that then, too.
Yeah. I prefer the first one. You know what I mean?
The thing that I notice is he gets the first one, I get the second one. Like, you got the first Spider-Man game, and then I got Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2. And it's funny because the first one, for the most case, would usually end up being the better one, although it just depends.
But the second one was just blew my mind.
Yeah. The funny thing is, one of the most playable games that I had for the GameCube was, and you might not even remember this game, 13. It was kind of a comic.
The thing is, you got it a lot later than after when it first came out.
Yeah, I got it like 2 years after it came out, and I remember getting it, and I was really excited for it for some reason. I didn't really know too much about it. I saw it in the magazine, but I never really saw
knew about
footage. And knowing that you could play multiplayer on it, 4-player multiplayer, plus 8-player, that would be like 4 actual playing and 4 computers. It was so fun. Like it was just. I mean, we were playing against each other, or we were playing together against the computer. I mean, my friends just came over and played it. It was so fun. I mean, it was great.
I remember we also had a tournament. We'd have to come over and have these tournaments. Okay, but before we get into all that, first, you talk about how you got a PlayStation 2.
Alright, the PlayStation 2 we got the same year as the GameCube, same day. It was at Christmas of 2002. But
lucky you.
Yeah, it was more of my brother.
And the thing is, you had a bit of a hatred for it, because in your screwed up head, you were a bit of a Nintendo fanboy.
Well, yeah. Well, actually what I hated more was, for some reason I hate the fact that he got one 2 years later. And it was not exactly because it was the newer model.
Let me explain this. Yeah. Let me explain how much of a douche fuck Bruce was back in the day. Okay, so I know, hard to believe we're friends, that we've been friends for 15 years, like you said in the beginning of this ridiculously long video, which will now end up being the longest video I ever have.
Yeah.
Anyway, so pretty much how this started was, I remember there were a lot of games I was missing out on, and I was just wanting a PlayStation 2. Really bad. So then, in Christmas of 2004, I remember a bit later on, I was driving. What am I saying? I get sidetracked so easily. But I was walking ahead, and I was disappointed a bit. I opened up all my presents. And then my dad says, "Hey, Jaron, go look into the, can you go get some trash bags from the garage for me?" I said, "Okay." So I opened up the garage, turned on the lights, like, and there was this bag, this fucking huge bag with this big-ass paper, and it said, "Jaron, come and get me." So I opened it up, And this is how twisted my dad's sense of humor was. I opened it up, And then we opened this and there's this box in it. And oh my god, yes, it's gonna be the PS2. Oh! And then it's a fucking crock pot box. I was like, and my dad is sitting there laughing his ass off.
That's something my family would do a lot too. They would put a box within a box.
Boxception. Take that, Chris Nolan.
Yeah.
And so anyway, so I opened it up, and it's a PS2. I think I'm gonna cry, and I did shed a bit of tears. Seriously, I did.
Wow. The PS2!
And the first games I got were Prince of Persia, Warrior Within, Need for Speed Underground 2, GoldenEye Rogue Agent.
Which I later got. Oh wait, I haven't. Well, we'll get to that later. Anyway, you know, it's funny. This continues the trend. I got the first Prince of Persia. You got the second, as well as the third.
But I had Need for Speed Underground for the GameCube.
Yeah.
And then I got Underground 2 on the GameCube. And then I remember like talking to John on the phone and said, that doesn't really count because you had the first one on the GameCube and the second one is on the PS2. That doesn't count. You never have good games.
I remember when I went to his house.
And you were envious.
I was
Because I had the smaller model, the newer redesigned one.
Yeah.
And I said, how dare you attack Nintendo? And that's what a general fanboy sounds like.
I had like a blank stare on my face when I was seeing him play War Within. I'm like, this game is so good. No.
I didn't even know you were having those feelings. I wasn't even knowing that.
I don't know.
But I don't get why you were like that. You had a PS2 yourself.
Yeah.
Why were you thinking like this?
I guess it felt because you know, me and you had GameCubes and that was it, right? I thought that was just gonna be it.
You know, royal and Nintendo to the end. But the thing is, you can't be like that. You can't just be dedicated to one side. I know, Nintendo 64, we love it to death. But there are so many other good games out there.
Yeah.
You know, we just have to play them all. See, my side with this whole fanboy bullshit thing, it's all bullshit. The thing is, play what you like and don't complain about the other ones. Ah, the PS3 is better. No, the 360 is better. Who fucking cares? Play what you like and be happy. Done.
Bam. Yeah, you know, the PlayStation 2, I have a pretty good resume with all the games that we got. Well, we got some Star Wars games, including Battlefront, but we also got like a lot of the Jax. You know what I mean? A lot of the Jax games.
I remember you got Jak 10.
10.
Jak X.
Jak X. No, but before that we got Jak 3.
But didn't your PS2 break?
Jak 2
at one point, and then you got another one.
Yeah, it broke at one point.
And I was wondering, why didn't you get the slimmer one?
Yeah, it's weird.
You got a used one.
We eventually got the slimmer one.
You did?
Yeah, you don't know that?
The slim PS2?
Yeah, we eventually got one.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I had 2 models, so you know, we had a bunch of PlayStation 2s pretty much. And I still have one now, but the AV cable broke, so we need another one.
It's always a trend, and then this trend happened later with the PS3.
So we just had kind of a bad luck with PlayStation 2s in terms of the actual system, but you know, as for the games, obviously, like I said, Jax games. I have God of War. We got that not too long when it came out, even though we were still young at the time. You know, it was M-rated. Shadow of the Colossus, which is a really good game.
Fantastic Four, which sucks. At the time, we loved it, but it really sucked.
Well, we rented it. I remember, oh my god, we're so excited. We rented it for the GameCube, and we're all playing it. Oh my god. Stupid. Anyway, I actually played Rise of the Silver Surfer.
And my favorite PlayStation 2 game. The most nostalgic one for me. Well, all of these are pretty nostalgic, but I'll just tell you right now. The one game that I loved. You are going to give me so much shit for this, but I remember being so excited for this game. The Punisher. Some people hate it. It's a guilty pleasure. I just love that game.
Yeah. Might as well consider it a guilty pleasure. One of my favorite moments with the PlayStation 2. This was another most anticipated, I want to say most nostalgic, but it was like very excited for, right? I remember when I rented Destroy All Humans, and we had a lot of fun with that game.
And then I rented the second one.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first.
No, the second one's got pretty good reviews too.
Yeah, I know, but nothing stacks up to the first one. That's just kind of a dead franchise now, you know?
I know, it's sad.
Yeah, they should have just left it at the second one at least.
But now that company got fucked in the ass by EA.
Yeah.
You know, because they got Mercenaries too. You remember playing that?
Yeah.
I remember playing that one too.
I barely played it, but...
You know, I believe we've talked long enough about that generation.
Now,
I remember in 2005, E3 2005, I was like, oh my god, what's these new games? The graphics look so amazing, holy shit, ah!
Xbox 360, yeah.
Well, I'm mainly talking about the PS3, because that was
well,
the first
yeah.
But the thing is,
they're showing it.
These were not games, these were all just tech demos.
Yeah.
And the actual games never really looked as good as those tech demos did, but they were still amazing. And then I saw the Xbox 360.
Yeah, that was...
And now, I don't necessarily think it was as good as the PS3, but holy shit, my mind was just blowing away.
Yeah. You know,
I remember, entering this contest and praying, oh, Jesus, please let me win an Xbox 360, but, you know, and I remember all these games coming out, and so exciting, but I never got one.
Yeah. You know,
I never got an
the interesting
Xbox
thing about...
360, until a bit later.
Yeah. Now, as for the 360, I actually got the chance to play it the year it came out, because I know a few people who were always Xbox players. They had an Xbox, that's all they had, that's all they played, you know, Halo, everything, which was really fun. I remember playing that. And they got the 360, obviously, they got two of them, you know, one upstairs, one downstairs. And I just remember playing Dead or Alive 4, and, you know, that was really fun. And I remember Perfect Dark Zero, pretty much almost all the games that were launch titles, pretty much.
Did you play Call of Duty 2?
Yeah, I played that one too. That was fun as well. But
before Call of Duty was just filled with a bunch of what I like to call today's modern jocks of the digital gaming era.
Yeah, but that's a whole other video. I would play it when I went to their house, and I'm not sure what Jared thought about that, but I was playing him while he was still playing his PlayStation 2, I guess.
Okay, so pretty much later on, and I remember the last major game to be released on the PS2 was God of War 2.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so, alright, so pretty much what happened...
2006.
You know, I was thinking, man, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, yeah, new games, this is the future. Oh my god! Ah! And then the week I was like, ah! And what? I'm moving here! It's responding to what I'm moving! Oh my god! Ah! Oh yeah, man, we were so excited. And then I eventually got one in 2006.
Yeah, I was like, dude, you're gonna get a Wii? Yeah, are you? Yeah, we're gonna get it at the same time. Yeah. Christmas.
Hey, did you get a? Hey, I got a Wii. I was expecting Bruce to say, yeah, me too. No, that didn't happen.
Yeah. Somehow he found some good luck. Him and his family, not so much mine. But
And the thing
look, I was a little jelly. I was a little jelly.
You're always a little jelly.
Yeah, but despite
you're always grape jelly.
Yeah, but despite that, I still, I kind of put that aside. I kind of put my ego aside.
Holy shit!
And I just had a fun time playing the Wii for the first time ever with Jaren. And my ego was just stored away in some shelf full of other egos.
And Red Steel. Steel. That was a good game.
I wasn't even thinking about, oh man, I wish I had a Wii. I was just thinking, man, this Wii's fun. So it's Wii Sports, obviously,
And then Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess.
So I thought,
Super Smash Brothers Brawl.
Well, that's a little, a few years ahead. But, I thought to myself, okay, so...
But the thing is, as fun and as innovative and as new and exciting as the Wii is, there just weren't a lot of games coming out for it that I really wanted to
before
play.
We get to 2007, I kind of had an answer to Jared getting a Wii. I was like, man, I'm probably never going to get a Wii. I still don't to this day.
What is there to live for anymore?
But then I thought...
Whoa, no. I'm never going to get a Wii. Oh, man, what is there to live for anymore?
You're supposed to whip your back. Like the Da Vinci Code. Anyway, so I thought, man, I'm never going to get a Wii. Wait a minute.
Don't worry, that's not a suicide note. That's just a prop.
I have a good idea. Poor Germans. Who'd you mark as your number one guitarist?
Eddie Van Halen.
That's right. Why was Phil X on that?
What?
Why was Phil X on that list?
Well, I mean, I really liked him. It was really interesting.
I know.
Why would you mention Xbox?
Why would I get an Xbox?
Why would you get an Xbox?
You know, there's
strange... stop acting as if the battery didn't run out, like we didn't run out of recording time. You know, on the camera, that's why there was a random jump cut.
You know, there's this weird feeling in my brother's mind of wanting to get an Xbox because he felt he never really fully, felt how the experience was of playing an Xbox.
And the thing is, you had all 3 consoles at once.
Yeah.
Back when no one gave a shit about them anymore.
It was like a novelty piece, having a... and, the whole... I mean, it was kind of weird and funny at the same time, but at the, it was entertaining, it was fun. And, we remember getting it. Obviously, it was used. But, we got a good price. We had a lot of, good classic games from that system. We had Mech Assault, the Halo 1 and 2, of course. We had even Knights of the Republic, Jade Empire. I mean, we had a lot of Xbox games. I even got GoldenEye, which, he
Rogue
had.
Agent.
I know.
There's a difference.
Yeah, that's right, Rogue Agent.
Rogue Agent, at the time I loved it. Looking back at it, it kind of sucks.
Yeah. Well, if I say GoldenEye and Xbox in the same sentence, you should know what it is by now. But yeah.
Well, now there's GoldenEye Reloaded for the 360.
Yeah. Don't worry, I actually did play the original GoldenEye.
He did it. I know. Wah, wah.
Anyway, so
I pretty much I had a Wii, and as fun as it was, there weren't that many great games, and all these great games that I really wanted to play
and while he was
coming
depressed,
out for the 360 and the PS3. I'm like, man, I don't want to play them, but I can.
And at this time,
because the Wii no powerful enough. Weird controls.
Yeah.
Aww.
And as he was weeping of how he can't play all these good games,
games.
Games.
Get your old game of games here.
Me and my brother were having a hell of a time having all the old-gen consoles just line up in
I
one.
know, but the thing is, I was all about the new stuff.
Yeah. And plus the 64, and we had it all in one room. We pretty much had my bedroom. We eventually turned it into the game room.
I forgot about Guitar Hero. That was the shit on the PS2.
Yeah, I mean...
No one plays that anymore. Fuck you, Activision.
But yeah, we had it all displayed with that. Okay, you know what? We're gonna change my room into the game room, and we had a lot.
Yeah, that was weird. You only
and
had one bedroom. You both had one bedroom.
Yeah, well, I had to move it. Eventually, we were moving. We were getting ready to move it this time,
I remember, and at the time, I know you got a new cat, and
yeah,
I was really afraid of your pussy, cat, because your pussy was.
He's afraid of any animal. Let's be honest. But
and all my dignity on the internet is. And the thing is, my even more than it already has. I mean, someone private messaged me on YouTube and said that my hair looks like the illegitimate love child of Johnny Depp and Leon from Resident Evil.
So
anyway, where was I again? I'm sorry, I'm
something about my cat for some reason.
Oh yeah. So you got a cat at the time, and I remember being really afraid. I don't know why I'm not anymore. Not so much, at least. But the thing is, you had a and I remember we were watching Star Wars, the prequels, and I mean we were watching 1, 2, 3, and 4, and I was sleeping on your couch, and I was very afraid because your pussy was sleeping right next to my face.
Wow, he was a little guy too. He was really adorable. He's like a big fat cat now,
but then he ran away.
Wait, you're talking about which one are you talking about? The white one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did run away, but we got that cat back in.
Oh yeah, you did get the other one.
Although the cat that I got 5 years ago did sleep with him on the couch at one point.
Yes, a pussy slept with me.
That's the closest.
That's the only pussy I'm gonna get.
Anyway,
enough about pussy.
So I was having fun while he was weeping about his next gen. What the irony, right?
So it all came to conclusion when in 2007 of Christmas, so you know, and then I remember like there was this box, and then it had a pre-recorded message in it.
Yeah.
And it said,
we're not messing around.
And it said, and my dad, trying to do a Jigsaw voice, said, "Hello, Jaron. I want to play a game. You have 30 seconds to use these keys and open up the luggage. Get your next present that's trapped in this luggage. Go." So I opening it, and what the hell could this be? And it's these presents, and like, it's an Xbox 360! Ah! And we had, and first game I ever played on it was Assassin's Creed. I loved that game so much. And then it came with this, but who gives a shit about that?
I actually do have fun playing those ones, just because some of the arcade games are pretty fun.
And then he got his 360 1 year later.
Yeah.
And then I remember playing Rock Band, GTA 4, you know, all modern stuff. Guitar Hero Aerosmith, Guitar Hero Metallica.
Yeah.
I have a lot of music games. Red Dead Redemption, Mafia 2, Max Payne 3, L.A. Noire. I love Rockstar, if you haven't guessed already.
Yeah. So, obviously the 360 worked out very well for us.
I still have some desires to get a PS3. Because while I'm still having fun enjoying my 360, don't get me wrong, I love that I have it, enjoying it. I just miss the vibe of PlayStation and Sony. They just had this aura. Is that even a word? This
aura?
This...
You're using like...
This vibe, this thing, this mystical black magic goodness about them that I wanted so much. They were
a little more edgier than some of the other ones.
And more ambitious, I should say.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, you had Metal Gear Solid 4, which just blew my fucking mind. And then you had, Mud Racer, MotorStorm.
Yeah, it was MotorStorm.
MotorStorm.
That game was fun. I had a lot of fun.
And then Gran Turismo 5?
5, yes.
And then you had
Ratchet
Uncharted.
And that Ratchet and Clank game.
Ratchet and Clank
that was
Future
really fun.
Tools of Destruction. What? Okay, well we're still doing this for the video. It's almost done.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, pretty much his next goal in terms of gaming is to get a PlayStation 3.
Or I could just hold out for the PS4.
Or just wait for the PS4.
Because, you know, as much as I loved enjoying my time with the 360, I'm not sure how to feel about the Wii U right now. But
look, I think it's really cool.
But the thing is, I just don't get that excitement factor that I had when I first saw the Wii. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because I'm older and things aren't exciting anymore. But
maybe just bad memories with the Wii is just holding them back. Or
I don't want to necessarily.
Not bad memories.
It's the thing is, there's these games. You know, whenever you had the Wii, the PS3, 360, they had these games that just wanted to play. It's like, oh my god, it's the future of gaming. It's so exciting. It's like, ah! I don't get that feeling with the Wii U yet. There's a lot of potential for it to be great. I'm not saying it's not great, because it is great, but...
he has fear that third party is not going to be supported.
How it was on the GameCube, how it was with the Wii. And the thing is, you know, I'm probably... I'll just... when the new generation comes, I'll probably just go ahead and buy a PlayStation 4 whenever the hell that comes out.
Yeah, I probably will too. You know, I got close to getting a PS3 though, but we eventually settled for Blu-rays, which we do love. I do love my Blu-ray.
I know, yeah. So, I mean, well, and you know, we're all at Modern Gaming, you know, our thoughts about it, so I just want to say again, I don't have anything else to add. This video is already my longest official video ever made, so, I know, beating episode 6 of Altered Rebirth. So, thank you guys for watching my 200th video. It's been fun, and here's to many, many more videos, and many more assholes commenting on them, and a lot more subscribers. So please comment.
Or lack of subscribers.
So please comment, please rate, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. That was gay.